It's our pleasure to welcome in Guy Gadowski, the head coach of the Nittany Lions. A buddy of mine said, college hockey? You guys are showing college hockey? I said, have you seen Gavin McKenna? You've seen him. What does he look like up close now that he's playing for you?
He looks good. I mean, he's fun to watch. His brain is fun to watch, if that makes any sense. Like, he just does some really cool things on the ice during practice. Can't wait to see it in a game.
Coach, you and I just had the privilege of connecting for about an hour on my show, so thank you for that. But you talked about all these different elements, these weapons that you guys have. How has it looked since you've gotten everybody into the fold and you've seen everybody on the ice?
You know, Weeksy, I really don't think you really know until you see them play against another team. That's how I feel. I mean, it's practice. We try to simulate game situations as much as possible, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what we can do in a game. I will tell you that I think that we have a lot of skill. I think they love to play fast, and that suits Penn State and our fans just fine.
One thing that I was fascinated by in doing all the research about this young man and your program, apparently there was a significant ping pong game between you and Gavin. A lot of coaches would have thought, I'm throwing this, I'm letting him win. You did not. Take us through the thought process.
No, that's just not what Penn State does. We, in our locker room, it's pretty competitive. He fits in very well, mind you. He's a competitive guy. It was a lot of fun, and fortunately, I got the better of him on that day.
Listen, I was with some family from Whitehorse at a wedding in BC not that long ago, and 3 of them know Gavin and his parents, and they were just talking about what great people they are. Why don't you tell the fans what type of a young man this is for the fans that couldn't know?
Yeah, you know what? I've been really impressed with him, actually, his entire family when we got to meet. They're really, really quality people. And Gavin is, how can I put it? He's an easy hang. Like, he's just a really chill guy. He is. He's really polite. He's very respectful. He has excellent manners, but he's just really chill and just a very easy guy to hang out with.
And he represents his family well, Indigenous, First Nation, Whitehorse, Yukon, all these things that you hear about. He seems to be taking it all so well in stride. What would you say is the reason that he's able to be somewhat poised beyond his years and mature beyond his bearing?
Well, he sure is. That's a good way to put it. I don't know what I can attribute to it, but it comes out a lot. In fact, there's situations that, that there's a lot of people that want a piece of him, and there's a lot of adults that get frantic around him, and he's just cool and calm, and it's really interesting to watch. I think he's obviously been going through this for quite a while, but he sure plays it well. He's just a really easy guy to be around, and he makes everybody feel just very comfortable.
Coach, I got to see you guys up front, up close last year during the college hockey regionals. Tone, it was absolutely bedlam. I get goosebumps talking about it now again. But I know that you guys, and you've been there for quite a while, building this program. But to me, that catapulted your program. That's helped make you guys the destination. How have the phone calls been in terms of the expressed interest from players like your son, like Gavin, and others that have joined your program? How's that been? Give us the real answer, Coach. Come on.
Good. I mean, I think you have to take a little bit of that credit, Weeksy, because the call was unbelievable. So that was really fun to be a part of. It was really fun to watch it back and hear the call. I thought the way we did it was really exciting. Obviously, we had a very poor start. We were 0-9 in league play at one point, actually after Christmas. And then the guys just pulled together and played unbelievable hockey, unbelievable offensive, fun hockey down the end that won. And it sure was. It was great to be a part of. And I think there's hockey players that want to play fast, offensive, that want to be a part of that.
And I know, watching interviews with Gavin, he was so blown away and impressed by the Frozen Four run and what it looked like. When did you first become aware of him and his interest potentially in playing for Penn State?
We heard that he was possibly interested in going to college, and but we didn't do anything about it until after his season, and he did go all the way to the finals. So it was a pretty quick turnaround, because really they went so far and there wasn't much time. But when we found out that it was real, he was exploring college, obviously. We got right, we contacted him and found out for ourselves, and sure was a fun process. Like I said, just a really high quality family and a really fun, easy guy, and the recruiting process was a lot of fun.
Coach, we got that graphic up of Gavin for good reason. He played in the Mem Cup last year. Did a great job for Willie Desjardins in Medicine Hat. He had a tremendous season, as we know, and of course, internationally for Team Canada. But once we get you back on camera, I want to make sure, I want to take a look at your forehead. I'm trying to see it from here. And I just want to make sure it's healed, Coach. Is it?
Oh, yes.
Weeksy,
bring it.
Wow. Listen,
that's
Coach, you guys got a great plastic surgeon there at Penn State on the medical team. How's it? Did it heal up yet?
It healed up. It healed up. I healed quick, Weeksy. I was worried about it for a while, but it did heal up.
Weeksy will go after everything.
No, hey, listen,
I love him for it. He's
hey,
amazing.
I respect him. For a lot of you fans that don't know the reference, it's in reference to the post-game sellies. Coach came in there and thought he was wearing a helmet. so Coach Gadowski came in there with a headbutt.
I loved it.
On their goalie Sergeyev, who's
True
now
joy.
with Calgary's AHL team.
Clear joy.
But true joy indeed.
That was remarkable, considering the journey that your team had taken. Obviously, it's a different landscape now with NIL and this landscape that you're currently coaching in, and the opportunity to have a player like Gavin McKenna come to Penn State. How much does this help your program in terms of taking the next step?
I mean, I'm sure it will, of course. This is a big deal for college hockey, not just Penn State University. And Penn State has a great brand. Gavin McKenna has a great brand. So it's a good marriage, so to speak, but it also is college hockey. And college hockey is extremely exciting. And to add these great players like Gavin and so many, Jackson Smith, so many others around the nation, I think college hockey is just getting better and better and better. And it already is incredibly exciting. As Weeksy knows, he talked about our regional. I mean, it's just going to get better. So it's really fun. It's an exciting time to be in college hockey.
Coach, tell the fans a little bit about your resources. I talked to a couple of your players, in addition to yourself, talking about the resources that you have for the student athlete. Please don't be bashful. Let's hear a lot about what you guys are providing for the players and the staff. And
I heard the player lounge is amazing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things. You have to give the Penn State Athletics Department a lot of credit. They've really said that they are going to do everything possible to support our student athletes. As an athlete, as in their sport, as a student, mental health, nutrition, strength and conditioning, you name it. They really put their money where their mouth is. So for us, I mean, one new thing, we already did I think the best job in nutrition that I've ever seen, and we just added I think a $35 million athlete only nutrition center, which is tremendous, that they can eat several times a day and the best quality food. And in that facility, there's also regeneration stations, rehab stations, hydro stations, you name it. I mean, they really take great care of the entire athlete, and then they do it in a mental way, physical way, nutritious way, like every way possible. And us with Mr. Pegula and the arena that he built on campus, we're extremely fortunate. Everything at the arena is the guys have everything they need at the tip of their fingers. And our facilities, not only for hockey, but strength and conditioning and rehab in the arena it's absolutely incredible.
Well, we are excited to see your team play here on NHL Network. Thanks so much for joining us.